Don't forget to check out the official Geekdom 101 store where you can support this channel as well as World of Geekdom with tons of different designs, sizes, and colors for you and your loved ones of Geekdom 101 merchandise. Different shirts from throughout the years, including the brand new Empowerment shirt just for you. Check it out. I'll leave a link down below to the official Geekdom 101 store. And thank you for almost 4 years of support. It means a lot to me. So I want to have a discussion about spoilers. Not spoiling anything. This video is not going to spoil anything with Dragon Ball Super Broly or anything like that that hasn't already been discussed in the public eye. But I want to talk about sort of the community's perspective on spoilers and maybe explain, I guess, my perspective, my thoughts on spoilers, and sort of the mentality behind the way that Japan does things versus the United States and outside of Japan. So I've been covering Dragon Ball spoilers since the very beginning of this channel, since the embryonic days of Geekdom 101 when it was called the epitome of geekdom. And I covered Resurrection F spoilers as they were coming out. I wasn't a very big channel at all. I started at 0 like everybody else did. But the hype for Resurrection F was absolutely massive. And I went in and started doing little spoiler videos here and there. And since then, I've been covering Dragon Ball Super spoilers for the TV series. Pretty much every week the show was on the air, we'd have a weekly Shonen Jump release of episode titles, or, you'd get the little summaries, and we'd go in there and we'd do our little videos and kind of give our thoughts on what was going to happen. And the videos did extraordinarily well. People loved watching those videos and kind of seeing what was to come, because Toei was pretty smart, and Shueisha, in revealing some things, but not everything. However, there were a few instances where they kind of gave away too much. Case in point, the one that comes to mind vividly is when they revealed that Zamasu was Goku Black. That, I think, probably shouldn't have been revealed early, but they did it anyways. Now, when it comes to covering spoilers, I often get asked the question, do you like being spoiled? Do you like going into this stuff knowing what's going to happen? And to be truthfully honest with you, spoilers don't bother me that much, but it also depends on what we're talking about here. For example, when it comes to things like the MCU and when it comes to Star Wars, some of my other interests, I do prefer to stay away from spoilers. And really, a lot of times the companies themselves, Disney or whatever, they don't want spoilers to get out. They don't want people to know what's going to happen. They want you to go in the movie theater and experience the ride. And yes, spoilers can definitely ruin a movie, especially if it's a movie that's built on suspense. Movies that are built on twists that are not contrived, but useful and good twists that can really leave you kind of stunned. Spoilers, I think, do hurt those kind of films. Now, the problem with Dragon Ball, and not just Dragon Ball, other anime, is that Japan sees things very, very differently. Now, when it comes to Gogeta, about 3 months ago, Komodo, aka Lloyd, not Floyd, I called him Floyd on accident in a video recently, sorry about that, bro. Lloyd did a data mine. It was actually about 4 months ago, 4.5 months ago, it was a while back, and he discovered that there was a Gogeta coming to Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and a new Broly. Now, obviously, if you're going to pair Broly with Gogeta, it can't be any other Gogeta because every other Gogeta is already in the game. We already have Super Gogeta in Xenoverse 2 and SS4 GT Gogeta. So it had to be a new Gogeta. And then I quickly double sourced it, and somebody told me, yes, Gogeta is in the game. Soon after, I asked more people as more and more weeks went by who are on the inside, and they all confirmed that, yes, there will be a Gogeta in this film. I didn't know what form he would be. I assumed Gogeta Blue, which, we assumed that, but we didn't really know if he would do Ultra Instinct. I did a whole video about Ultra Instinct Gogeta. And, I did it, and I said in my videos, and I said in my streams that because this is not official promotional material, because this is an actual data leak and information that I received from the inside, I would not be discussing Gogeta on a public forum. So my Twitter, my Instagram, my Facebook, I did not discuss Gogeta. There have been people who were tweeting at me, asking me Gogeta questions, and I could not respond to them. So if you're one of those people who has been tweeting me spoiler questions for the past 3 months, it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's that I didn't want to respond because I don't want to spoil it for those who are following me on my feed. On my videos I always would say, okay, spoiler warning. I put spoilers in the title, the word spoilers in the title. I try to avoid putting actual spoilers in the title because I've made that mistake in the past, and people have criticized me for, when Dragon Ball Super was on the air, for giving away too much in my, videos, in my spoiler videos. So I said, okay, let's be a little bit more cryptic this time and just say, new warrior faces Broly or whatever, right? And I kept my promise. I did not discuss Gogeta whatsoever without giving people a proper warning. That is one thing I definitely stuck to, and I'm very happy I was able to do that on all social media platforms. Then the Gogeta trailer came out. And once the Gogeta trailer came out, at that point, in my view, is it still considered a spoiler? Yes and no. See, when the Gogeta promotional video was released from Bandai, and then we later on got a dub trailer, that is Toei, Shueisha, Bandai saying, we want you to know about Gogeta. It's no longer, yes, it is a spoiler for the appearance of Gogeta in the film, but it's no longer a spoiler that needs to be hidden anymore. If I get some kind of inside information and it's something that's not public, or if I get, some kind of leak, and that goes for, anything we cover. It doesn't have to be Dragon Ball. It could be any movie or anything, for me anyways. I will put a spoiler warning, but once that Gogeta trailer came out, if you've been following the community, you know that these things spread like wildfire. Like, there's no way to avoid Gogeta. I could have ignored the issue completely and not discussed it, and there's a guarantee that people would have been spoiled, whether it be going on Instagram, going on Twitter, going on Facebook, or even one of your own friends sends you a text message and says, hey, dude, did you hear about Gogeta? To me, Gogeta was, honest to God, unavoidable. We were able to avoid it for 3 months once they released this trailer. And by the way, I knew they were going to put a trailer out early December, but they actually did it a few days earlier, which surprised me. At that point, once Gogeta, we have visual confirmation of Gogeta, despite even the movie screenings already happening a week earlier. At that point, I decided to go ahead and cover it. And there were people on social media who didn't like the fact that myself and other people were covering Gogeta, saying, oh, you spoiled the movie, well, first of all, when we discussed Gogeta, there were no plot points that I gave away in those videos. Obviously, if you're a Dragon Ball fan, you know how Gogeta works. You know what the fusion pose is. You know these things. It shouldn't be a surprise to you. And you know that Gogeta will fight Broly because in the trailer you see it happening. And after that, it was kind of funny because after that, there have been, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but there have been literally endless Gogeta promotional merchandise being revealed. They have revealed a new piece of Gogeta merchandise literally every single day since that trailer came out. I have watched it. Ken Zyro has talked about it. Miss DBZ Babe has talked about it. Harry Price has talked about it. Tons of people. There's Gogeta Keychains. There's like 15 different toys. There's a Gogeta cell phone like charger. They are releasing. I've been watching Dragon Ball for 25 years, right? Something like that. 20 years, something like that, 25 years. And I don't remember Japan ever pushing a character as hard as Gogeta. Now, we've seen them push, when Frieza was coming back and Trunks, and we've seen this. I've never seen them release this many toys and this many figurines and this much merchandise for one character ever in my entire life. They are hell-bent on getting this Gogeta Blue merchandise out there because they want you to buy it. So even if you were to avoid the trailers, and yes, if you really put your mind to it, if you block certain words on Twitter, stay away from social media, you probably could avoid spoilers for Gogeta, but it's really, really hard. And to be honest with you, when I found out that the screener for Japan was going to happen in November and not December, I pretty much knew in my head it would be impossible to avoid spoilers. It would be, if you want to interact with the community. If you stay off the internet and just do your own thing and just kind of not really look at the community, then maybe you can. But if you're going to interact with the community, someone's going to spoil it for you, whether it be on accident or intentional, because it's 2 months. If Dragon Ball Super Broly was coming out in Japan and then we got it in the United States a week later, that'd be a different story. Because remember, with Star Wars and other properties, sometimes they do have early international releases. Sometimes they do have leaks come out. But usually it's about 3 or 4 days before the wide release. With Dragon Ball Super Broly, most of the world's not even going to see this movie until January, and that goes for North America and South America, Europe, so to avoid spoilers for this movie for another month just seems really, really challenging. Not impossible, but challenging. So, really, it sucks because as a content creator, it's my job to bring you Dragon Ball news and to bring you Dragon Ball educational videos and entertain you and kind of, make your day go by a little bit easier. That's what I like to do. And just have fun, geeky discussions about Dragon Ball. But it's tough because I am doing the very best that I can to not spoil people purposely. But when Japan puts out a promo and there's toys everywhere, I have to title my video Gogeta versus Broly because it becomes promotional material. And I know some people are pissed off at Toei and at Japan and at Shueisha for doing this, but they've always kind of done this. They haven't revealed the details of Gogeta and what he does in the film. The footage we saw is a very, 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 very small snippet of what the actual fight is. I was told directly from Sean Schemmel, who recorded this movie 3 weeks ago, that the little clip that we saw of Gogeta is nothing. There is a lot more Gogeta in this film. There's a lot more movie to be seen. And somebody being stupid and saying, oh, I've seen the entire movie already. No, you haven't seen the entire movie already. You haven't, because there's a lot of stuff that's been left out of the trailers. The Gogeta thing was just a teaser. And really, it just sucks because as much as I wish things were different, they're not. Japan really wants to push Gogeta hard. I mean, it's obvious at this point, and it's unfortunate because they really care mostly about their own market, which is why the Gogeta toys are coming out now and not next month, because they know that, hey, pre-order it now. They know that the movie's coming out in Japan next week. US gets it a month later. So it's just, I see people saying, Geekdom, I'm going to avoid spoilers for 2 months, and I hope that you do. I always tell them good luck. And if somebody says, hey, Geekdom, I'm not going to watch your channel because I want to avoid spoilers, not every video I do has spoilers in the title. I have non-Broly videos as well. And some of them stay around for that. I mean, that's fine. But unfortunately, that day when the Gogeta thing came out, I called the video Gogeta versus Broly because at that point, it was no longer a spoiler. You know what I mean? It was promotional material. Is this something I wish would change? I mean, yeah, Japan has a totally different business model than we do. Their idea is, we don't care if the fusion is spoiled. We want people to get hyped up over Gogeta. We want fans to say, holy crap, Gogeta is back. We haven't seen Gogeta since GT. And it's a different Gogeta. It's Gogeta, Super Gogeta, Dragon Ball Super Gogeta. It's, Goku Vegeta going base and then, yellow and blue. It's a different Gogeta. And is it fan service slosh? Yeah, it's a bunch of fan service schlock, but it's what they do now. So I wanted to just do this video to kind of give my thoughts on spoilers in the community. I always do my best, if it's an actual pre-release, like pre-promotional spoiler, to always give you warnings every single time. I don't understand when somebody goes into a video and complains, why'd you click the video? Like, why did you click the video if I told you it was a spoiler? I don't get it. But when it came to Gogeta, it's just like anything else. When they revealed Broly as the villain, that the name of the movie's Broly, I can't just ignore that. Or when they revealed Golden Frieza in the Resurrection F trailer, would Golden Frieza have been a cool twist to see in the movie theater? Absolutely. 2 problems. Number 1, they don't care. And number 2, it would have leaked. And number 3, actually, the dub for Resurrection F came out 4 months after the sub came out in Japan. With Broly, it's 2 months. Or 1 month, really. And it's still a very long time. News travels fast on the internet. So that's all I have for you today. That's my thoughts on spoilers. And there you go. Thank you for watching as always. And I'll continue to be as conservative as possible with everything I do and give you plenty of warnings if there's something that I feel could ruin the experience for you. But at this point, the experience is going to be all visual. When the movie comes out, Gogeta versus Broly, I'll be seeing it next week in LA. When it comes out wide release, I think it's still gonna be worth seeing because it'll be a great fight. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.